from 724. Ekeiten de anastas apelten eis ta choria tiru kai eiselton eis oikian udena ethelen gnonai kai uk edunethe lathein. Aleuthus accusus sa gune peri autu hes eigen to dugatrion autes pneuma acatharton. Eltusa pro sepesen pros tus podas autu. We continue. He de gune en Hellenis suro phoenikaso to gene kai erota auton hina to daimonion ekbale ektes dugatros autes kai elegen aute aphes proton hortas tetnai ta tekna u gar estin kalon laben ton arton ton teknon kai tois gunariois balein. Yes. Yes. Good. Shall we try now? So maybe we will try. Mr. Terence, you will start with 724.
Okay, Father. I will try.
Yeah.
Ekeiten
Very good.
de anastas apelten eis ta horia turu kai eiselton eis oikian
Very good.
udena ethelen gnonai
Very good.
kai och
Edunethen. Very good. Lathein. Very good. Super. Good. 725. Anyone would like to try?
Okay, I will try.
Yes, please.
Al Euthus
Very good.
Accusasa
Very good.
Gune peri auton hes exen to Tugatrion
Very good.
Autes.
Pneuma.
Pneuma. Okay, pneuma. Okay, spirit.
Pneuma.
Okay,
Pneuma. P and
pneuma.
Very good.
Pneuma. Akatarton.
Super.
Akatarton. Okay. Eltusa.
Mm.
Prosepese.
Prosepesen. Prosepesen.
Prosepeste.
Very
Okay.
good.
Prosepesen. Okay, prosepesen. Tus
Yeah.
podas
Very good.
auto.
Podas autu. Okay. Good.
Podas.
Podas autu.
Okay, podas auto.
Very good. Good. Super. Thank you. Next one, 726. Anyone would like to try? Either Cheryl or Dagmar.
Okay, Father. Okay, Father, I'll try.
Okay.
Hey,
K,
hey,
day.
hey, day. No, hey, day. Koine
Very good.
in Ellenis.
Helle, it's a rough breathing. Hellenis.
Hellenis.
Very good.
Zuro.
Phoenikisa.
Kisa.
Very good.
Phoenikisa.
Super.
To gene kai
Very good.
rota auton ina to daimonion ek bale ek tes tugatros autes.
Very good. Super. Thank you. 727. Last one.
I'll try, Father.
Yes, please.
Kai edegen
Elegant.
aute. Is that correct, Father?
Yeah, very good. Aute.
Then fierce
Aphes.
Firoton.
Proton.
Okay, proton. Kiros.
Hortas denai.
Kirotas.
Slowly.
Onai.
Hortas denai.
That's not ki.
Yeah, key. Hortas denai.
Kotas. Tenai.
Very
Ta.
good.
Tekna.
Super.
U. Gar. Estin. Kadon.
Kalon.
Sorry. Kalon. La Ben.
Very good.
Tau. Arthon. Taun. Tek. Nun. Kai. Tois. Kuna. Riois.
Very good.
Baden.
Kunarios. Bale.
Baden.
Super. Very good, ma'am. Thank you. Good. So this text is from Mark chapter 7. It's a very classical text because it has a very beautiful things to say. I will just comment on that. Then we will get into the lesson. I wanted to show you here, number one, the word for child, daughter. Look here, 725. We have here 725. To dugatrion. To dugatrion. So from here, anyone can guess what type of, or what is the gender of it? Dugatrion. On ending. Nominative.
Neuter. Neuter.
Neuter.
Very good. So nominative, singular, neuter. You remember to ergon. Okay. So to dugatrion. So here the word for daughter is neuter. But coming to the next words we have here. Look here we have the word tes dugatros. Here the dugatros is again here from this tes ending. We can say it is feminine. So in the first one, Mark uses neuter. In the second one, he uses feminine gender. Okay, that's one observation. And
Father, we could translate it like the girl child.
yeah, okay, the girl child. Okay, we could. Now, what is the implication behind this? So any child which is like till he or she reaches 12, that particular child was considered as a neuter, even in our own languages. Even in Tamil, we have that. So suppose till a child is called always with the neuter, now we call it adu. So kulandai vandadu. So it's a common in Greek, common in Hebrew, common in Middle East languages. So the children are referred in the neuter. And that's the first one. And the implication is when Mark presents first one, he uses neuter. But second, when the reference to that particular woman, he uses feminine, which means he raises the standard of the child. That's one thing, raises the status of the child. But how Jesus handles, look here, ta, tekna. Teknon is a common word, like a child, while dugater is daughter and teknon is child. And here teknon is always in neuter, ta, tekna. So it's plural. Again, ton, teknon is a genitive case plural. But Jesus uses means how the evangelist wants to show, like from the beginning, how there is a difference. Like in a way, Mark is telling first neuter, daughter, then he refers as the feminine gender. Then later, when it comes to Jesus's interlocution, we have this particular word, ta, neuter. So often we wonder why he has to use this common thing. So this is how for exegesis, suppose we look in there in a common translation, this won't make sense, these nuances, but these nuances are very important for understanding the text, because Mark works on one level, then with that woman works on another level, and Jesus works completely at a different level. That's number one I wanted to show. Number two, here we have the punctuation mark. If you look here, so I'm marking. So this is the word, the punctuation mark today we'll be learning. Kai elegant oute, then there is a dot. So this dot is actually colon in English, which means the dialogue starts from here. So wherever we have this dot, which is superscript, it's understood that it's a colon or semicolon. So we have the symbol. That's the second thing. Third one I wanted to show you is how Greek is beautiful when it comes to expressing things. Okay, good. 725 here. Allah eutus. So Allah is but eutus. Aku susa gune peri autu. Here, peri is a preposition which means concerning or about. So the woman hearing about him. So hearing about him. So here, look at the expression here. So it's in a completely in a prepositional phrase, and which has the participle. So the participle makes sense, and often in translations we see she heard about it, but the use of participles with the prepositions are very unique in Greek. We'll come to that shortly, and that's the second beauty I wanted to portray here. Good. So that being said, now we will quickly try to see the words that are known to us, then we will get into the lesson. This one, tiru. Tiru, can you guess from English?
Tire.
Proper noun.
Tire.
Tire. Very good. Yeah, it's so it could be tiru or turu. It's a tire. Okay, there's Tyre and Sidon. So those are the regions where the Gentiles were occupying in Palestine. Okay, Turu. Very good. Oikia. Oikia. Economy, from where we get the word. It's oikios. Oikios means house. So from here only we get the word ecology. So anything to do with the common house, oikion. And from here only we get this famous store, IKEA or IKEA. In Europe, in US, we have this IKEA. So anything to do with the household, IKEA. Then Gnonai. Anybody can guess? Gno. In English, K-N-O-W.
Knowledge.
Very good. So to know, Gno. So from here only we get the word knowledge. Very good. Then Gune. Gynecologist. Gune is woman. Okay. Dugatrion, daughter. Pneuma is spirit. Spirit. From here we get the word pneumatology.
Yeah, pneuma. Father, the word pneuma.
Yeah, pneuma. Correct. Pneuma. And akatarton is a negation. It's an evil spirit. Then podas, pediatrician. Pedagogy. What is
Child.
pedagogy?
Study of the child.
Okay, pediatrician. Okay, so actually, what a pediatrician does is like podas means it simply means feet. Pediatrician, or suppose we take the word pedagogy. So there, the particular tutor that teaches the person to walk. So that's anything to do with the feet. Podas. Then next one again, this word Hellenis. So as I said earlier, we are learning Greek. Greek in Greek is called Hellene. So it's a Hellenis, Greek origin. This again Syrophoenician. That's again a proper noun. Then pro, erota, auton, daimonion. Daimonion we have learned. What is this?
Demon.
Evil,
Okay.
evil
Yes,
spirit.
evil spirit.
Demons.
Okay. What
Demon.
gender it is?
Demons.
Gender?
Neuter.
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 Neutral gender.
Daimonion. Very good. Super. Then last words. Proton. Okay. Techna. Colon. Live. Technon is child, I said. Very good. Arton. Arton is bread. This word. Colon. We have learned the masculine form of it. Are you able to?
Carlos.
Very good.
Carlos.
Carlos. So it's not beautiful, he's telling. It's not beautiful that we take Carlos. It's a neuter form, Carlon. Very good. Super. Good. With that being said, now let's get into the lesson. What we are going to do today is our expected learning outcomes are, we will see the exercise of day 6, then quick revision of lessons 1 to 3, and we'll get into lesson 4. Let's take the translation into English, and some have attempted and sent already, and some have done the exercise which I had texted. So let's try now. Okay, maybe I'll ask one by one. Mr. Victor, could you read for us number 1?
Father, I will try later, Father.
Okay, then Mr. John.
Ho curios
Very
emi
good.
to
Slowly. Ho curios eipa.
ho curios epe to evangelion.
Okay, very good. How would you translate?
Curios is Lord, O
The
Lord,
Lord.
the Lord. Amy is
Eipen.
no.
Spoke.
Very good. The
Evangelion.
Lord spoke.
The Lord spoke to Evangelion.
No, to is not as in English. The Lord spoke to Evangelion together. Evangelion. What is Evangelion?
Evangelion.
Good news.
Good news. So the Lord spoke the good news,
Spoke
or the
the
Lord said the
good news.
good news, or the gospel.
Spoke the good news.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Very good. So the answer would be Ho Kyrios, the Lord, Eipen spoke to Evangelion, the good news or the gospel. Okay, that's number 2. Miss Cheryl?
Father, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, yes, Miss.
Can we also put it as the Lord spoke of the gospel?
No,
No.
spoke of the gospel would not come. Because if it would be with to Evangeliu, it will be
Okay.
of, because it's in nominative or accusative. Here it is accusative. The Lord spoke the good news. What did he speak? He spoke the good news. Okay, maybe of the good news in a sense, and in dynamic sense we can take it, but not as per the text here. Okay, ma'am? Good.
Thank
So,
you, Father.
Okay, Miss Cheryl, second one.
yes, Father. Second one is Echo Ta Imatia.
Very good.
I don't know what the meaning is, Father, of echo.
Okay, echo
Echo.
is I have or I am having.
Okay. Ta would be for a feminine gender?
We haven't seen feminine.
No. So,
So neuter plural.
neuter plural. Okay.
Yes. Like a tone, sorry, to himation. The
Yes.
plural is ta himatia.
Himatia.
Plural garments. I have the garments.
Okay.
Okay, are you getting? Echo is I have. Ta himatia is I have the garments. This I said,
Okay.
this is article, this is noun, and this article is in nominative plural or accusative plural. So here it would be accusative because it answers the question, what do you have? I have the garments. Good.
So, Father, like an agreement between the article and the noun.
Article,
Ta
yes,
ta
correct.
imatia.
Ta himatia. Since it's
Not
himatia, it
to
takes
imation.
ta.
Ha.
Correct.
Okay, Father. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Super. Miss Alicia, number 3.
Yes, Father. So, to Seuron,
Slowly.
to
Semeion.
Semyon, sorry. To Semyon, Kalon, N.
N. Very good.
So, to or to could be the
Very good.
Semyon, I know, but I cannot remember.
Okay, Semeion is a sign.
Sign.
Yeah.
Sign.
The sign of the sign was beautiful.
Very good. So yen is Amy, the imperfect
Imperfect
indicator.
tense.
So yen, the sign was beautiful. Okay. Alicia, Kalon, what gender it is?
Neuter.
Very good. Why do you say it's neuter?
Because it is on ending.
Okay, so on ending, one thing. Another thing, so it qualifies the neuter noun. So that way it has to be always neuter. Okay, very good, Miss Alicia. Other James, number 4.
Yeah. Ho heteros,
Heteros,
angelos,
angelos,
angelos, erketai, eis to kalon, eipon.
slowly, last word.
Aaron.
Hieron.
Yeah. the
How
meaning
would you
of it.
translate? Okay,
I
first
have
we
read
take
it.
this one. Ho heteros
Ho-
angelos.
Angelos is the angel.
Okay.
Heteros, I'm not getting the name.
Other.
Heterosexual. Other.
Okay, the
Hetero
other
is
angel.
other. Okay.
Okay,
So
heteros, the
here,
other.
okay, just one, we will pause for a moment. Is it attributive or predicative?
It's attributive.
Attributive. How do you say? But grammatically,
What do you call this
see
is
here, article, we would say
article.
attributive.
Yes.
Article, but here only one article is there.
Predicative.
Predicative. Okay. Sometimes in Greek,
The other angel is one term, no? In the meaning.
Correct. The
Yes.
other angel is
So
one
it
term,
can be
but I'm just
predicative.
asking you how you grammatically qualify your statement.
Okay.
So grammatically, supposed to have been ho heteros, ho angelos. Then only it will be attributive. But here that article is missing here. So in Greek, sometimes they have a shortcut. So instead of writing twice, ho heteros, ho angelos, what they do, they just in front of the adjective they write, which means when there is a article in front of adjective, it's always attributive. So it's understood that it is attributive, it's not predicative.
Okay.
Clear? So suppose here we have heteros ho angelos, it will be always the angel is other. But here ho heteros angelos, here just they drop the article because it's understood that when you place it in front of an adjective, it is attributive. It's a short way of writing. That's number one reason. Number two, heteros. Heteros is usually used in attributive sense. So like I am the other person. Or like we rarely say that you are the other. So that way, it's from the lexical point of view also we can make sense. Now, James, continue. The other angel.
Erkatai.
Yes.
Erkatai.
Erkatai is.
Erkatai is coming.
Very good.
To
Yes.
Kalon. Sorry, is no, father?
No.
Is
Coming is this one, erkatai. Is a preposition into.
Okay. Is into.
Into.
To Kalon Ieron.
Very good.
Kalon is beautiful.
Mm.
Aaron, I don't know, father.
Here one is temple.
Sorry?
Temple. Temple or sanctuary.
Aaron, see,
Here also same rule. Here article, no article. So it's not predicative, but it's attributive because it's in front of the adjective. To kalon, hieron. So the answer would be the other angel. Ho heteros angelos erkatai is coming yes, into the holy temple.
Holy temple.
Okay. Any doubt in this sentence? Sentence number 4.
Further,
Yes.
since you said about the shortcut, can we
Yes,
just assume that whenever
Yeah.
the article is coming before the adjective, it is attributive? Can we assume that?
Can we say yes, sir? Yeah, we can say in the short because it's always it can't be predicative.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Very good.
Father,
And has anyone risen hand because I'm not able to see, so you can always voice out. Okay.
yeah, Father, you mentioned Kalon as holy also. So
Yeah.
Kalon can be as holy also.
Yeah. Once again, come again, Miss Alisha.
Father, you mentioned holy sanctuary or holy temple. So Kalon
Yes.
can be translated as holy as well.
Yeah, correct. The holy.
Not only beautiful, but holy also.
Correct. Kalon, holy, beautiful. So it's a dynamic translation. Okay. Very good. Clear? Shall we go to next one? Mrs. Zenith, number 5.
It's ta.
Very good.
Himatya
Super.
and
In.
Kala.
Very good. So we have seen ta himatya already in sentence 2. So what is the meaning? Ta himatya.
Father, I didn't get it, Father. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
the
was there, but I
garments.
forgot now.
The garments are the
The
outer
garments.
The garments, okay.
The garments. Yen, so here it's, we saw the earlier rule. So plural noun may have singular verb. So, but we translate it as plural. The garments were,
The garments were
but it's actually was, but we use as were because of the noun. The garments were
Were
kala, the plural of kalon,
holy.
holy
Beautiful.
Holy.
holy.
are beautiful. The garments were beautiful.
The garments are beautiful. The
Okay.
garments are beautiful. Thank you, Father.
Are you getting? So here, the tricky one is here. Yen, though it is third person singular, we translate it as third person plural because when the neuter nouns are there, usually they take the singular verb. Ta, himatya, yen, kala. Very good. 6, Ms. Dagmar.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
Ook, aqueous,
Very good.
ton, anthropon.
Very good.
Ook is not.
Okay, super.
Aqueous. I don't know the
Okay, acoustics. Can you get
acoustics. Okay.
something to do with
Sound.
Sound.
hearing sound?
Okay,
Yeah.
hearing.
So you are
Hearing.
not listening to, or you are not hearing.
Okay. You are not hearing. Ton, the.
Tone, the
Tone.
or of the.
Of the. Anthropon. Human.
Anthropology. Yeah.
Human. Man.
Yes. Singular or plural?
Plural.
Omega is there.
Plural.
Very good. So plural. Anthropon.
Anthropon.
So how would you translate?
The sound.
No, you are
No,
not listening.
you are not listening to man.
Plural.
To men. To men.
To the men or to the human persons.
Human beings.
Yeah, or literally you are not listening of the human persons. So here
You are not
it takes
listening of the.
aqueous takes the genitive form. Don't.
Okay.
Or
Genitive. Yeah, genitive case, right?
super.
Okay, Father.
Any doubt with this?
Yes,
Aqueous.
since we have not seen about that word akoneis,
Aqueous we have seen in vocabulary.
in the vocabulary version.
In the vocabulary it is. Yes.
So this akoneis is not hearing.
Aqueous.
So it's a
Aqueous is second person
second person
singular. Second person singular.
singular.
Aqueous. Yes.
Okay,
You are
aqueis.
not listening to the human persons.
Aqueis. Okay.
Very good. Number 7, Mr. Francis, would you like to try? Ho.
O, Upios,
Very good.
Hook,
ST.
ST,
ST. Very good.
Necros.
Vic,
Necros. Necros.
No. Necros.
Okay. Okay. How would you translate, sir?
O,
The Lord is not.
Dios is the Lord,
Necros.
Very good. The Lord is not.
not.
Luke is not.
So that word I don't know.
The necros, dead. Necros is adjective. Necrophilia, necrosis,
Necrophilia.
necrosis. The
Necromancy.
Lord is not dead, or the master is not dead. Okay. Any doubt with any of these sentences? Any of you? Okay. Then we go to the next one. So I sent the answer. The next one. Mr. Terence, 8.
Yeah.
Ta.
Ta, Taimonia, Och, Eisin, Agada.
Very good.
This is Ta, Daimonia, the demon.
Singular or plural, sir?
Demonia.
Ta. To would be singular.
Yeah.
Ta,
Plural.
Okay.
plural. Very good. Ta,
The-
daimonia.
Okay.
The
The demons, Eisin, are not.
Very
Och,
good.
Eisin are not. Agada. Good.
Are not good. So
Good.
the demons are not good.
Not good.
Okay. Ook is negating. Eisin. Eimi, third person plural. Eisin.
Eisin.
Agada. Very good. Agada, we have this adjective is agados.
Agados.
Masculine. But agada, because it's a neuter plural. So it changes it to agada.
Agada. Okay,
Very good.
okay.
Super.
Thank you for that.
Next one, Mr. John, 9.
O kurios arkatai us to ipon.
Very good.
The Lord arkatai, I don't remember arkatai.
Ketai is coming. Like you remember the previous one, we
Yeah.
saw the holy angel, sorry, the other angel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Lord is other the slide.
The Lord is coming
The Lord is coming to a pond.
into
Don't know, Father.
Temple.
into the temple.
The Lord is coming to the temple.
Yeah, once again, the Lord is coming
Coming
into
to
the temple.
into the
Okay.
temple.
Super. That is 9. Good. 10. Anyone would like to try? Ivanka has joined? I don't think. Okay. 10.
I'll try.
Okay, sir.
Ei ho protos hos legei tous logos.
Yes.
Am I right?
A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ei.
Very good.
Second person singular ei.
Very good.
Ho the protos.
Protos. Proton.
First.
Protagonist.
First.
Prototype.
Okay, the person.
You are the first.
Proto. Okay, the first. Okay, proto.
Yeah.
The first. Host.
Host.
So
Okay. What
host.
type of grammatical category it is?
This is a article.
No. Host with the accent.
Host with accent is a wait. Which what do you call
Very good. Relative.
a relative pronoun?
Relative pronoun.
The one
Yeah,
who.
it's a relative pronoun.
Yeah, this would be host would be nominative. Relative
very good.
pronoun. Okay, so who the first one who legay. No idea. The
Legay speaks. Third person singular speaks.
Speaks tous logos. Logos. Third person plural.
Not third person. Plural. Which gender it is?
This is a
Accusative.
Logos. Accusative. Very good. Singular or plural?
logos plural, no? Logos.
Very good. Logos.
Yeah.
Logos. So how would you translate the
Plural,
second part?
Accusative plural.
You are the first.
You're the first one.
You
Speaking.
are the first. Who first one or first? Who
Who
speaks?
who speaks accusative plural. Is it not? It's not
Who speaks the?
Direct object.
Very good. Accusative. Who speaks the words?
logos.
Okay. Who speaks the
The words.
Okay. See here, lege is from vocabulary, which means third person singular speaks. What would be the third person singular past tense?
Lege.
Apen. Apen. You remember Apen? Apen is spoke. Lege is
Legon.
speak.
Will it be Legon, Father?
No,
Again.
Apen. Apen, you remember earlier?
Yeah,
First one.
he's
What,
Apen is spoke.
yeah.
He's
Lege is speaks.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a
How
irregular
they are
verb.
related, Father? It looks to
Pardon,
be
sir?
totally both of them are.
Yeah,
How
but
they are
some
related?
verbs are totally different, sir. Some are very irregular.
Okay.
the words.
So once
Logo.
again, we translate, you are the first who speaks the words. Good.
Words.
Very good. Shall we resume? Good. So anyone would like to try number 11?
Father, the slides have gone off.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Father, do we have to do the translation exercises after every lesson?
Yes, so that would be helpful for revising the lesson.
Okay.
And out.
Okay. And are we supposed to send that also to you?
No, Cheryl, you could do by
That's
yourself.
okay.
Anything if you need, I could also look at them.
Okay, Father. Thank you.
Okay, good. Hope you are able to see my screen. 11. Miss Cheryl, you would try 11?
Yes, Father. Ta erga herga. Ta
Yerga.
erga
Yerga.
in kala.
Very good. Yerga is from which noun?
Ergon.
Very good. Ergon is
So,
singular. So Yerga
singular,
would
so this
be
should be plural. So
super.
the works and are
Imperfect.
were the
Very
works
good.
were holy. Were holy.
The works were holy, or the works were
Were
beautiful.
beautiful.
Very good. The works were beautiful. Super. And Miss Dagmar, 12,
Father.
more or less related to 11. Yeah.
Yeah. To upon
Slowly.
sorry, 11, no? 11.
Yes, 12.
12. To upon
No. Second one.
Aaron.
Here on.
Hereon Kalon
Mhm.
N.
Very good.
So the
Mhm.
temple
Very good.
into
Slowly.
Oh,
Ain means
in
imperfect indicative of Amy.
was
Very good. The
was
temple
was holy.
the
Was
temple was
holy.
holy, or the temple was
Was
beautiful.
beautiful.
Very good.
All
Super.
right.
Okay. Next one. Mr. Francis, you would like to try? Ta. Ta, idia. Mr. Francis? Oh, not there. Mr. Victor, you would read at least. We'll read. Mr. Victor?
Victor has left. Excuse himself.
Oh, okay.
Excuse himself.
Okay, so I didn't see. Good. Anyone would like to try? 13?
Okay, Father. Let me try.
Yes.
Ta, Hedia,
Hmm.
Umatia, Himatia,
Himatia.
Kala, Estin.
Destin. Very good.
Okay,
Ta,
Estin
idia,
is,
himatia.
okay, I think that imatia garments.
Very good.
Idia, I don't know.
Okay, idios means once worn. So
Oh.
from here, get the word idiotic. Idiotic means like somebody
Oh,
was
okay.
irritated with once. Idia,
Okay.
once
that
worn.
idiot.
Yeah. So
Okay.
idia,
The
once worn.
one's own garments.
Very good. Once worn garments. Here again, from
Are
grammatical point of view, it is attributive, though there is no article here.
article there. Okay.
Once worn garments.
Garments are beautiful.
Very good. The once worn garments are beautiful.
Beautiful. Estin kala.
Destin is are. Okay, good. Miss Alisha, you would conclude 14.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
Hoi logoi us aipen o curios agadoi aipen.
Eisin.
Sorry, aisin.
Eisin. So both they both are eipen and eisin. Okay.
Yeah. So the word hoi, the word.
The words.
The words are not
Slowly.
spoken.
No, go slowly. The words. This is fine. Okay.
The words.
Whose.
The words.
Whose is
should
what
be
type
are
of
not.
grammatical category?
It will be.
Look here, breathing
Yes.
and accent
No.
together. Breathing and accent together.
Can't recollect one.
Relative pronoun.
Relative pronoun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the words.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes. Relative pronoun. Relative
Yeah.
pronoun. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Relative pronoun, and which case it is? Can you guess?
OUS.
Logus.
Accusative.
Yeah. Accusative.
Accusative plural. Very good.
Accusative.
The words
So
which the Lord.
which the Lord spoke.
Very good.
The master.
Very good. Master or the Lord. The words which the master spoke.
Are good.
Very good. Eisin, agadoi are good. Any doubt with this last one? Look here. Hoi logo is nominative, but whose accusative is used? Why? Anyone could explain?
Further, because I mean, the Lord spoke the words. The words are
very good. So the words,
direct object.
Very good. So that way, the relative pronoun, though the subject is in the nominative, will have the accusative form. Clear? That because the words become the object. The words which the Lord spoke are good. Very good. Now I come back to you. What is that you find it difficult? Could you explain, or we'll settle before we go to the next one? What do you find difficult?
The very difficult one is that about this. You have this article in different different classes, and then and the gender and number. Okay. So that is something. Yeah, really.
Okay.
And that relative pronoun also. Okay.
Okay. So article, what makes it difficult?
Because
Definite
there
article.
are so many.
Gender
and number. Two particularly number. Two different this one, and then gender and the class.
Okay.
Yeah. So Father, putting all of that together, I think, is what is confusing. When it comes individually, we can identify, but when it all comes in a sentence like which we just did right now, then for us to identify case, gender, number immediately is taking time.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Super. So that's
Well,
one.
I think
for me, Father, that memorizing those aspects of the different class, gender, and number, and
Okay.
that seems to be very difficult.
Good. Okay.
Thank you,
Very
Father.
good. So that's thank you, sir. Thank you.
Father, I think
Mr. John?
practice will make things a little more easy, because I seen
Yeah.
the number of times I go back to the videos, things have started making more sense, trying to
Okay.
identify things. I have difficulty with grammar because I've never learned grammar. So
Okay.
Cheryl has been kind enough to teach me grammar. So
Great.
trying to practice.
Good. Good. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think that way English is a easy language.
For James?
I think therefore English is a easy language, which once I found it very difficult because to whom, of whom, it's all those words that we need to learn, and the words don't change according to the gender and number and the tense. You have to learn only those nuances. But you come to our own mother tongue like Tamil, it changes like the same as Greek changes. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's different.
அழகுக்காக அழகை நோக்கி அழகை பார்த்து, so those changes according to the words. I think since we learned our mother tongue from childhood, we don't find it that difficult. Here it is a little difficult.
Yes. And also I would
Father,
recommend that
I disagree.
whatever we learn,
I
you
disagree with
translate in
you.
your own mother tongue.
I disagree with
So
Father
whatever could be
James.
your
Yes.
mother tongue.
Because in our mother tongue, even though there are so many things, but you have some sort of 8 வேற்றுமை உருபுகள், and that remains the same. It is not changing according to number, gender, and all those things.
Correct.
It is really very, very.
And
so maybe we can translate in our mother tongue. So whatever language we speak, when we translate, then we can more or less make sense. Okay, good. That's one thing. And when you another thing, I would say that you learn the grammar of not your own mother tongue. First one, our mother tongue we learn differently. But any other grammar, English grammar or German grammar, or one grammar, we must be thorough. Once when we are thorough with one grammar, everything else is only fixing. Okay, so it's only lexical fixing. For example, the good boy, and you know what is what. It means the grammar, the is definite article, good is adjective, boy is noun. And this is going to be same in all languages. So la, ragazza, bella. So la is article, ragazza is noun, and bella is adjective. So in German or in Polish, so whatever language, it's only a replacement. So maybe I'll give a chart next time. There is one chart which I have prepared. If you master those charts, every language is easy. So it's just you fix the lexicon, that's all. So what is this? Okay, for every article, for every language, you will have definite article. Okay, in English, what is the definite article? Okay, in German, in Spanish, in Italian. So just to be replaced, concept is same, grammatical concept is same, only the lexical replacement we are doing. So the lexical replacement we can do with our memory, with any type of aid, dictionary, any online dictionary or online. So that way, language learning is very easy once you know the grammar chart. That's entire chart I'll share with you maybe this evening. Okay.
Yeah, that will be very helpful, Father. Thank you.
Yeah, you could
Yes,
do
Father,
for
and if you could still give us a little more earlier, because being Saturday, I have many help, so I
Okay.
can learn faster.
Good. Super. I'll share that. Any language, this is simple. I remember any language will have script. Okay. So all the script will have all vowels and consonants. Okay. So what is the vowel in German, Italian? So you categorize. So then any language will have different morphology, the accents we call it. So Greek will write differently, Italian, French will be different. So mark the accent. Then you go to noun, how they classify nouns. They go to gender, why this is like that. Then number. Then go to tense. All the verbs could be in 3 tenses, that is present, past, future. Then there are aspects like when the action is being done immediately, or continuous, or perfect. So that way we just, the concept is clear, you replace. Prepositions. Prepositions are same in all languages. Only we are going to replace the lexical part of it. So that way, so once you go step by step, you master a language. Okay. So that way, that any language other than our mother tongue, because our mother tongue we don't learn the grammar of it. So any one language you be thorough. Maybe I have some language grammar books I'll share with you. Italian and English I'll share with you. So it is like every grammatical concept explains. So that way, if concepts are not clear, you clarify the concept. Good. That's the second difficulty. Then any other difficulty which you feel generally in language learning Greek?
Father Yesu?
Yes, Father James.
Just no, you finish it. I have some other question to ask. You finish. Sorry to.
I done. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking. Because we somewhere I have missed this information. Why we don't include ablative case?
Okay. Ablative is in Latin. Yes, I said when we said about the cases. That's the one extra case about the movement it comes. We have because it's not there in Greek.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Father,
Okay.
I have a small question, Father.
Yes, Mr. Terence.
In the verse which you have told us, okay, in that, and the verse, I don't remember, verse number 25, the first word.
Okay.
Okay, after that, there is a breathing.
Day.
Why the breathing is coming there? Can you please take that?
Yes.
It's a breathing or some other thing.
Which one?
25, Father. Verse 25, first word.
Yeah. First
You have
word,
the breathing
it is
on
supposed
alpha.
to be. Okay.
What is that?
Earlier, you remember we said it's supposed to be Allah. Allah means but. So here, followed by another vowel, it gets dropped and apostrophe replaces it. So it means something is hidden here. Allah eutus. So instead of having two vowels continuously, they drop one vowel and they add this apostrophe.
So you already told us. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but that is that. Okay, thank you, Father.
Thank you.
And the day, what does it mean, Father? In verse 24, day. In verse 24, the second.
So it's day. Some place it's like actually means kai and. So it's a connecting particle. It has different translations possible, and but if so, it's like it's a fluid word, and the fixed meaning is not there. But often you will experience it.
It's like one conjunction, right?
Yeah, conjunctions, conjunctive particle.
Okay.
Good. Thank you. Good. Any other doubt you have? Any other difficulty? Vocabulary. And another thing, you remember, language learning is like novel reading, any language. So you miss one page, you miss the entire. So you never skip in language learning, never skip a page. Maybe we take time and we come back. And we can guess anything. Yes, Michelle.
Father, in vocabulary, I don't know the meaning of the word doulos, douloe, or lamois, namois. I'm not sure.
Okay,
One of those.
So
The
that's
meanings are not there in
another
vocabulary, Father.
Okay. Doulos is slave, servant. Lavos is people or crowd. Which I had.
You go to Google, you'll get that.
Lavos. Good. Very good. So. Okay, coming to the articles. Mr. Terence was telling that he found it difficult. Just you remember these three words. CGN, C for case, G for gender, N for number. So any non-verb will follow these three. Case, gender, number. By non-verb we mean noun, adjective, major, these two, noun and adjective. Or you can say article, because article also is a kind of an adjective because it qualifies the noun. So that way, case, gender, number. Case. 5 cases are there. Nominative, adjective, genitive, dative, accusative. Then gender, 3. Masculine, feminine, neuter. Number 2. Singular and plural. You keep the logos as the main thing. Okay. Logos, loge, logo, logo, logon, logoi, logoi, logon with omega, logois, logos. If you have this one, then more or less we can see. Okay, suppose we say this will be article will be of that O will be there, then U for genitive, then O for dative, then on for accusative, then again plural oi, then with the omega on, then ois, whose. So that's one thing. So article will have the same pattern, relative pronoun also will have the same pattern. Then coming to the neuter, which we saw the second category, ergon. That's relatively simple because nominative and accusative are same. Ergon, then we have ergon again, ergu, ergon, erge, ergu, ergo, ergon. Then again the plural part, erga, erga, ergon, ergai, no, what is that? Dative plural, ergai is correct. Ergai and erga again, erga. So that's the only accusative and nominative are same. So that's the second category we have seen. Today we'll just introduce the third category, the feminine part, then we will get into it. Okay. And again, don't concerned about it because we are going to recognize it. Initially, we have just 3 lessons we have covered and go step by step, slowly identify them. Okay, don't be in this step because we are not going to learn the complete language, only the introductory. And by today, we are completing almost half of the course. Okay, 7 days are done. So by tomorrow, halfway we would have. So we can always still push ourselves up. And as we can't learn everything and we can't remember everything, but at least we'll have the confidence that the original Greek Bible I am able to read. Okay, whether I'm not, maybe with the dictionary and with the modern day tools, we can always translate them. But only our at the end of our contentment is that we are able to recognize God's letters written in God's language in the New Testament. So that's the beauty of it. So that would be the fruit that we would gather at the end of it. So that way, that satisfaction will be there. So don't worry about the other things, grammar part and the lexical vocabulary. And okay, so you are able to learn what Luke wrote, what Mark wrote, because so that's something beautiful. Okay, good. We get into our presentation. And if you have any doubt also, throughout the week, you text me or voice message me, and I will answer and send back. Okay. Very good. Good. So here I have put quick revision. I have put here of lessons 1, 2, 3. Look here, sentence number 1. To cosmo kai angelois kai anthropois. Just I wanted to see here to. Here to is cosmo, to. What case it would be? Case, gender, number. Somebody would try. Maybe Miss Cheryl.
Dative.
Dative, very good. Dative, singular or plural. So just let's analyze case, gender, number. Case is dative, very good. Gender.
This would be
Singular.
Okay. Gender.
Masculine. Masculine.
Cosmos, masculine, very good. Masculine. Number.
Singular.
Singular.
Very good. Let's take this word. Angelois. Case.
Dative.
Very good. Oi. Gender is there.
Gender masculine.
Very good. Number.
And number
Plural.
is plural.
Good. Anthropois, Mr. John. Case. Oi. Iota is there, which means logo is. Mr. John.
It's the same thing as Anglois, but I don't.
Very good. Case is
But
dative.
dative,
Gender.
gender, Anglois.
Anthropos.
Male.
Masculine, very good.
Masculine.
Number?
Number, plural.
Plural, very good, super. Angelos, Miss Dagmar, case. Logos. Miss Dagmar, you are talking, you could unmute.
Genitive.
Angelos, case, gender, number. Mr. Francis?
Father, can I try?
Okay. Sorry.
Is it a nominative? Nominative case?
Very good. Case, nominative. Gender?
Gender, masculine.
Super. Number?
And number, plural.
Singular.
Oh, singular.
Singular.
Yeah, logos, singular.
Ois.
Okay. This is
Angelos.
nominative,
I
gender,
thought
masculine.
Angelos.
Angelos. Okay, good.
Yes, yes.
Very good. Super. To you, Miss Alicia. Case?
Case is genitive. Genitive case.
Super. Gender?
Gender, masculine.
Very good.
And
Number?
singular. Singular.
Very good. So case is genitive, gender is masculine, and number is singular. Super. Good. Carry on, Father James. Case.
Kyrion would be, it's a nominative case, neuter, singular.
Slowly.
Sorry. Nominative
Slowly.
case, own.
Case. No. Nominative will be os. Curios.
Oh, wait.
Curion.
I got confused though. N there. Curios.
Logon. Yeah.
Okay. So this would be, own would be an accusative case.
Very good. Accusative.
Gender, masculine.
Masculine. Number?
Singular. Single.
Okay, singular.
I got confused with the presence of N. I thought,
okay.
Yeah.
Mrs. Zina, Don Bayon case. Don Bayon case, gender, number.
Even Zenith is not there, I think.
Not there. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, so this seems like accusative, masculine, and singular. Okay, the rest you could practice. Very good. We go to now lesson 4. Lesson 4 I have already sent earlier. The entire book I sent, and yesterday I cut the lessons from 4 to 6 and sent by PDF. You could have a look at it. So the text is in the WhatsApp group. The first concept.
How many lessons we are going to see, Father?
We'll try. Maybe I planned 10, but
okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Infinitive mood. So here we are going to see another mood. So earlier we have seen, now indicative mood we have seen. Then subjunctive we'll see shortly. Imperative. So infinitive is actually a mood, but we just keep it in a grammatical category of verb. So infinitive has 2 forms in English, to and ing. So the to is regular infinitive. Ing we call in English as gerund. Suppose we have this example. To be or not to be is the question. So from Shakespeare. So here to be is the infinitive mode. Okay. Somebody else. So to be or not to be. So here we have the to be is infinitive. The gerund form is being more is better than having more. So here to be has the gerund form being ing ending. So this we are going to see today, how we render this in Greek. Number 1, infinitive mood. Number 2, imperative mood. Imperative mood that expresses commands or exhortations. Suppose we have here, sit here. Usually the imperative mode is in the second person and the third person. In suppose we have the first one, suppose let's clarify this. Sit here. I tell somebody who is in front of me, sit here. That is singular, it could be, or plural. Suppose I can have this imperative in the third person singular also. Let her sit here. Let her sit here. Means I tell the third person to sit and the imperative mode for the third person. Sometimes we may use it for the first person also. For example, let me come there. Let me come there. When I say, actually I am giving a command to my own self. But let me come there, so does not come in Greek as imperative. But in Hebrew we have that. That's a cohortative. Cohortative is that I tell a command to my own self. Let me. But in Greek we have only two imperatives, second person and third person. We'll see how we are going to render this in Greek. That's the second concept we are going to learn in lesson 4. The third one is the feminine nouns. So we have seen now so far masculine. The representative noun is logos. The neuter, the representative is ergon. And we are going to see the feminine first declension, it's called. There are different declensions, but 3 categories are there. So feminine nouns don't come under one. So they are many. Then we are going to see feminine adjectives, like we have seen now so far, agathos, logos, then agada, erga. So that way we have seen how adjective changes according to the gender and number of the noun it qualifies. We'll see how feminine adjectives function, because little difficulty is there, because 3 categories are there, to which category these adjectives will belong. But very easy, we'll see it shortly. Then the genitive or possessive case. So what is the use of this case we are going to see. Then punctuation marks. Punctuation marks usually for pronunciation. And earlier texts, they didn't have punctuation marks, where they were later additions. And some punctuation marks, we are familiar with comma, full stop, and this morning we saw colon or semicolon. That we'll see today. So to begin with, infinitive. Just to remember, Amy, present infinitive is Amy is Einai. So if you have tried with earlier, I said you try with the Google translation, all the words it first translates into infinitive. So that's why when you had Amy, it would always place as Einai. So this is just to remember, infinitive form of Amy is Einai, nothing else. So this is very simple, Einai. Then imperative. So coming to imperative, we have 2 forms, I said, second person, third person, again singular and plural. Isti is second person singular, that be here, isti. Then suppose if you have to say plural, be here, este. Then esto, then estosan. Here este, do you remember anywhere else this particular word, este?
First itself, it came.
Yes, correct. So Amy, estin, esmen,
Este.
estin. So the same form. Este could be in imperative or indicative. So only we need to remember isti. So the isti we can remember because of the theta here. Isti means second person singular imperative. But very rarely it's used, so we shall not be much worried about this, just to identify. Then esto is third person singular. Sometimes it is eto, let him. So you remember here, esto, that sigma is there usually for the third person, like estin, eisin. So from there we can say sigma is there, it's usually third person. Esto, then estosan or etosan. Let her be or let him be, let them be. It's only a concept which I would like to introduce, because this concept will be using for other verbs. Then there are some examples given here. Isti agathos. Isti agathos. So agathos, from here we can guess this is addressed to a masculine. Be good. Suppose we say isti agade. Agade is feminine, so it's addressed to a female person. Be good. Este agadoi. Again, masculine plural. Este agadai. Feminine plural. Second person, masculine singular, feminine singular. Second person, feminine singular, feminine plural. Then we
So
have
for
here
feminine single, I mean plural and masculine plural, there is no difference.
feminine plural and masculine.
Plural. The last two further.
No, agadoi, agadai.
Okay.
I
Agadoi.
is in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Thanks.
ending. I ending and a ending are feminine endings.
Feminine. Okay.
Let's see. I. Agade, agadai. Okay, good. Then let him be good is agados, masculine. Let her be good. Esto, agade. Estosan, let them be good, agadoi. Suppose it were to be both women, let them be good would be estosan, agadai. Good. Just to see how it behaves, but don't worry about this. It's a very rare usage. But the author wants to bring it here because he wants to introduce the same to the next regular verbs. That's just to introduce the concept of imperative. So imperative, usually in English, we are used to say that imperative is only for the second person, but in Greek, it could be for the third person as well. And Hebrew, it could be for the first person as well. Good. So with that being said, now we get into the very easy part of our lesson today, that is nouns. Feminine nouns. We have three categories: Zoe, Hamartia, Doxa. First, let's understand the meaning. Zoe means life. From here only we get the word zoology. Zoe, Zoe. Often this word is favorite word of John, the gospel writer. Often he tells about the eternal life or life-giving bread. So that's Zoe, Zoe. So it's the Z sound, Zoe. Then hamartia. Earlier we said hamartion. You remember hamartion is outer garment. Sorry, himation. Yes. So here sounds similar, hamartia, but you remember hamartia has to do with sin or fault. Hamartia. Then doxa. Doxa is glory. So we have in the Mass doxology, that is through him, with him, in him. So that is actually from glorifying doxa. So it is KS sound, doxa. So to pronounce it, it is Z sound, Zoe, Hamartia, doxa. So this is A ending, Hamartia again with iota, here without iota. So three categories are there. A category, A with iota, A without iota. So these are the three feminine noun categories, but very easy to identify. Look here. So first one we see here, the explanation. The nouns of the first declensions are feminine or masculine. So like logos, the feminine nouns are divided into three categories. Nouns ending in A in the nominative singular. So this is nominative singular. It ends in eta. So how it conjugates? Zoe, Zoe. So no change in vocative form. Zoe, life. O life. Zoes, of life. Zoe with iota subscript. To life. Zoen is again accusative, life as object. Look here. Zoe, nominative, vocative, same ending. And instead of u, that is in logu or ergu, we have the word, it's not so you, but so yes. So yes, if it's yes is there, it is feminine genitive, we can do. And the dative is easy. Earlier, remember, iota subscript. If iota subscript is there, it's always dative. So Zoe with iota subscript is dative. Then logon, ergon, nu sound is there. Zoen, accusative. So easy to identify. Zoe, Zoe, Zoes, Zoe, Zoen. So we need not memorize, but we only identify. So suppose I ask in a quiz, what is Zoe? So you could say either nominative or vocative. So that way we can identify. Suppose I give Zoe with the date with the iota subscript, it is dative. Coming to plural, A becomes A. So I, so on, so I, so as. Suppose you compare this with the logo. What would be logoi, logoi, logon, Logois,
Logos.
okay. So that ending final is same. Logoi, logoi. But only the sound is different. Logoi becomes so I, own. So this is genitive ending. So on eyes, ois becomes eyes. Then us becomes logus becomes so as. So we won't get confused because it's completely different. So as is genitive, so as is accusative. So that way just we identify I is nominative, plural, feminine, then vocative, feminine, plural, genitive, then dative, then accusative. That's one group, A group. I said three groups are there, eta and alpha with iota, then alpha without iota. We go to now see the second one. Second one is very simple. Hamartia, hamartia. Hamartias, hamartia, hamartian. Hamartiai, hamartiai, hamartion, hamartiais, hamartias. And the first one, here you look here in the first one, A becomes I. But in the second one, A becomes just I. So there is no change. So it's very easy. Second one is relatively easier than the other. Hamartia, hamartias. So that way, A ending is there. The previous one was A ending. Otherwise, look here, genitive. Sigma is here. Here also, genitive. Sigma is here. Good. Coming to the third one, doxa. Here it's a mixing up two. See, doxa, doxa, but it's not doxas, but doxes. Doxe, again it goes to doxa. But in the plural it remains the same. Doxai, doxai, doxon, doxais, doxas. This particular ending, that is alpha without iota, behaves differently only in genitive and dative, but easy to recognize. If you remember, soes, genitive, then doxes, genitive, then dative with iota subscript, doxe. So from iota subscript, we can always say it is dative. And here also iota is here, doxais. So datives will have always, dative singular and dative plural will have the iota either as a subscript or as part of the word of the ending. Good. Clear? So one is A ending, another one is A ending with iota, then third one is A without iota. Good.
Okay.
When we
Father, I have a
yes,
small question.
yes.
So, when you have given us these three words and
Yeah.
you have put them under the feminine declensions, so
Yes.
it means that whenever we see it in these forms, the gender will always be feminine.
Yes, then these
That
are
is how we
feminine
interpret.
words.
Yes. So that is
Yeah.
how we interpret it, right? I'm just
Correct.
cross-checking.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Father.
Yeah, good. Suppose we have man. Man is always masculine, woman always feminine in English. So same way, some words in Greek are always feminine and some are always masculine. For example,
Yes,
logos.
but we don't have a gender for sin. Like this is
Yeah, correct. Sin, yes,
hamartia.
sin is a
Hamartia is sin.
neutrally
Sin.
attribute, but here we classify it under feminine.
Feminine. Okay.
Hamartia. So it's very critical, very tricky. Life also is feminine, sin also is feminine.
Yes, Father.
Father, one more question.
Yes.
So, Father, there are only three feminine nouns, or these are only three examples.
Three examples. I mean, three major categories.
Okay.
Okay. So there are other minor, but once you know this, you'll be able to identify.
So the three category examples is what you've given, no, Father? That
Yes.
is ending with A, ending with
Ending
I,
with,
ending with
yeah.
doxa.
Ending with alpha with iota, ending with
Iota.
alpha without iota.
Yes, Father. Thank you.
Yes. So soe, hamartia is with iota, doxa without iota. Good. So here, if you remember, soe becomes a, that is first one. Hamartia is simpler than the other two. In doxa, only here, genitive and dative becomes doxa, doxa, doxes, doxe, doxan. Then the rest continues. Okay. Good. Shall we read together? Soe,
Zoe.
Us together. Yeah. Zoe.
Zoe,
Zoe.
Zoe. Again.
Zoe,
Zoes.
Zoe,
Zoe.
Zoe.
Zoe,
Zoe.
When
Zoe,
Zoai.
why
Zoe.
Zoai.
Zoe.
Zon.
Zoe.
Zoais.
Zoe.
Zoas.
Zoas.
Very good. Next one.
Father,
Hamartia.
Hamartia.
Hamartia. Again.
Hamartia.
Hamartias.
Hamartias.
Hamartia.
Hamartia.
Hamartian.
Hamartian.
Hamartiai.
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 John
Hamartion.
Hamartias.
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 Okay, last one. With this, we'll conclude. Doxa.
Doxa. Doxa. Doxes. Doxane. Doxan.
Doxan.
Doxai.
Doxai.
Doxon.
Doxon.
Doxais.
And
Doxas.
very good. So we stop here.